In spring of 2025, the world saw the most relentless spraying of sunlight-blocking toxins that we've ever seen before. And here's a few clips of what that looks like in case you are unaware or doubting these types of things. And mind you, these videos are a dime a dozen, nearly every day all over the world. Anyone can point their camera at the sky and see this. Which brings us to June 2025, and what do we have? We are told dust from Africa, smoke from Canada, and dirty electricity from the sun are now filling our skies. And what do we see? We see fake computer-generated cartoons like this passed off as photographs from satellites. And then we have this hilarious claim that almost 200 million tons of sand flies across the ocean and lands in America every year, coming to about 900 million tons of sand being deposited in America over a 5-year period. Where has all of it gone? Why have we never heard of this? And then we also are told that the sun was having a storm, so all this dirty electricity in the air is from that. Of course, though, when you read some of these public statements from federal organizations like NOAA, it seems like it was written by AI. It makes no sense, and there's no science, no evidence, no experiments that were conducted to back up any of these claims. Nothing but cartoons, CGI, and psychotic weathermen on some kind of power trip. And strangely, this sunstorm stayed on the top of the spinning ball world that we are told we live on. Kind of hard to explain how a sunstorm would only hit the top of the earth, but go ahead and try to bombard me with your pseudoscience parroted claims that go nowhere. And we should address that if this storm came from the sun on May 31st, but it didn't get here for a few days, where did it go? Because between the time they said the sun had a storm and the time it got here, I watched the sun rise and set 3 times. So where's all this energy from the sun that took 3 days to get here? More bullshit. So if the fire in Canada isn't wild, and the Sahara Desert isn't dumping 200 million tons of sand on us every year, and the sun didn't have a storm, where did all these toxic aerosols come from? And on top of all of this excessive and unnecessary and artificial air pollution, here we have an alert from the DNR. On top of all of these air quality problems, the corporate, can you even call them farmers anymore? This is what they were up to all week. So on top of all of this nastiness in the air, we've got Monsanto's boys out here adding to the problem, adding a lot of carcinogens to the problem. And so what were Iowa's political leaders doing during this public health emergency? Well, when Kim Reynolds isn't busy drunk driving and Joni Ernst isn't busy walking around graveyards taunting the people who she is supposed to be serving, they are attending this little party for Google's announcement of $7 billion invested in Iowa's artificial intelligence infrastructure. Translation: while the sky is being desecrated and people are getting sick, these people in power are spending a lot of money and making a lot of money to tighten their grip and usher in an era of hyper surveillance. Well, that was a lot of fun. So here we'll end on a high note. This is real footage of the sun in the time period. For all of you who are sick of the scientific authorities in your life constantly showing you cartoons. Very interesting shot of the sun through all the gunk in the sky. Made a few color adjustments here, have a little fun. Sometimes when you adjust the color, the things appear that you otherwise would not be able to see. So, and this episode's getting a little long, so I think we'll wrap it up here. Of course, there is so much more that could be said about all of these different topics, and in future episodes I may do a little more of a deep dive on some of these things. So thanks for watching, and stay strong out there, people.